Hey all, welcome back again, and this time it's Palak Paneer. So I've already shared the recipe with you guys, and so let's start off. I have already steamed the palak and I'm going to blend it now. I refrigerated it overnight. The thing to remember is once you have steamed the palak, do not put it like this inside the mixie. If you do so, you will end up in trouble, the motor will burn out. So always chop it up into small chunks like this. So this is roughly about 2 bunches of palak. If you don't have palak, you can get your wild spinach that you get. So this is done. So now we're going to blend it. Okay, we are finished with the blending of the palak. So Prema, if you can just pan the camera here. You just take a little bit of the palak on the spatula and just rub it in your fingers to make sure that it is smooth. If you find any kind of roughness, put it back in the blender. So this entire blending process should take maybe about 25 to 30 seconds. Now in the recipe I had mentioned something about water, and I told you guys I will explain to you during the video. Half the water I've used in the blending of the palak, and the other half I will add when I'm making the curry. Okay, so here we have got the kadai. It's getting heated up. Like I said, 2.5 tablespoons of oil. Here I've used olive oil and 2 teaspoons of ghee. So while this is getting ready, I'm going to add the cumin seeds. Okay. Oops, I made a mess there. Just that much. Now this has to nicely fry, and while that is frying, we're going to add a little bit of hing. So the hing and that is gone in. Keep the flame low because you should not allow the cumin or the jeera to burn. So while this is frying, I've already cut up everything else there and kept. So what's going to happen now is that I'm going to add chopped up garlic. Alright. So as you can see over here, it's already starting to boil. So at this stage, I will add finely chopped up garlic and give it a mix. You should let this fry for about 2 to 3 minutes till the raw smell of the garlic is gone. So while this is being fried for about a minute, now I'll add 2 spoons of the ginger garlic paste. So again, let this fry all on low flame. Right, whatever cooking that I do, unless I'm using the pressure cooker or I'm deep frying, that is every time I use the high flame, otherwise it's always low flame or unless indicated. So on low flame for about a minute and a half till the raw smell goes, and we wait. Now you can see the chopped garlic that I put in earlier on, that is starting to turn a little brown. And also at the same time the ginger garlic paste, it is starting to stick at the bottom. So this is the time I will add the chili slices, 2 green chilies that have been sliced like this, or whichever way you want to slice them. Now I've sliced a medium onion in thin strips. I'm going to add that. Now a lot of people say that when you're frying onions, you want to, or rather you need to just fry till the color changes, becomes then translucent or transparent. But you know what, that really doesn't add flavor at all one bit to the dish. So what I prefer to do is whenever I'm making palak paneer or any paneer dish or any non-vegetarian or meat dish, I generally prefer to have the onions golden brown, because different dishes require different levels of browning of the onion. But in your typical South Indian dishes that we talk about, like chicken curry and stuff like that, the onions have to be really brown. In this particular dish, I'm adding a twist to it because the original way of making it in the Punjab or in Haryana or anywhere else in the north of the country, it is all about making the onions a little translucent. But if you don't have that slight crunchiness or the roundness of the onion, that doesn't add flavor to the overall dish. So let this be like this for about 2.5 minutes and then we will come back to this. Okay, so now you can see that the onions have started to brown. This slight dark brown thing, this one is the fried garlic and this is the ginger garlic paste that is left over at the bottom. Now, I'll tell you a little bit of a secret. What I did was to hasten this process, I added a spoon of sugar. So you get that slight sweet and sour taste to this recipe. Right? So now what I do is I told you about the remainder of the water, so I'll add that now. So now that I've added the water, you can see that all the steam has cleared. So you can see that nice texture of the onions and then the ginger garlic paste, that fried brownish thing. And if you smell it, you get that nice crispy smell of the onions. To this, we'll add about a cup of dahi or curds or yogurt. Let this fry together for about 30 seconds. So now you can see that it is nicely boiled, and so now we'll add the masalas. We'll start off with turmeric, about half a spoon of turmeric. Now from here onwards, whatever masalas you're using, you need to make sure that you use the same proportions, otherwise there'll be a complete imbalance of your flavors. So a spoon of garam masala and a half, dhania powder a spoon and a half, jeera powder again a spoon and a half, and as usual Kashmiri lal, this is that tikka lal chili powder which is really spicy, so again a spoon and a half. Now at this stage, depending upon your taste buds and the after effects of your rear end in the morning, keeping that in mind, if you want to add more red chili powder, that's entirely up to you. So give this a stir and let it nicely fry and boil for about a minute and a half. So now you can see the color has changed to that deep maroonish brown. So at this stage we'll add salt, about a spoon and a half, depending upon your taste buds, how much more you want to add. Please do feel free. Just that too much of salt, as we all know, can lead to heart disease and hypertension. That is why in our family we don't cook because of my dad. So while that is mixed, now I'll add the garlic paste. So now we just give it a nice mix, and at this stage we have to, obviously nicely mix it, so you can see you're getting that nice green consistent color of this. Give it some time, the color will get more and more green. So we let this boil for about roughly about 4 to 5 minutes on low flame. Okay, so now you can see this is nicely boiling and the color has become a nice deep green, and that is a clear indication that this part, or rather at this stage, this thing is done. So coming back to the paneer, I have taken 400 grams of paneer. Now here's a trick. If you were to chop the paneer and directly put it inside, what happens is that the paneer becomes hard. That's point number one. Point number two, the typical Haryani or Punjabi or North Indian way of frying this is to shallow fry the paneer in oil, right? And then toss it inside the palak puree that is there. I don't do that because I like my paneer to be soft. So to enhance that, to make it even more softer, what I've done is I cubed the paneer into cubes about this size, and I cubed this about 25 minutes ago. And what I've done is I've soaked it in ice cold water. What ice cold water does is it prevents the moisture from the water from inside the paneer from coming out. I'm sure you all have studied osmosis and reverse osmosis in diffusion. It's the same principle. So if you squeeze it, you can see it's very soft. So now what I do, I just take out the paneer only and place it inside there. If you want, you can add just a little bit of water depending from the same. So you can just add a little bit of water just so that the consistency remains the same. And now on low flame, just let this be for about 5 to 6 minutes so that let the juices from the gravy get inside the paneer. So what I'll do is I'll cover this on low flame and let it be for about 5 minutes if you want it to be longer, but don't make sure that you don't keep it for so long that the undersides of the puree get burnt. So this has been on low flame for about roughly 3.5-4 minutes. So now what I do is I add fresh cream. Now this is what we get here in Bangalore, something called Milky Mist medium fat. Depending upon how much of calories you want and how rich or heavy you want the dish to be, you can choose from either light fat, medium fat or whole cream. We prefer to use the medium fat, so I just add just a little bit of that. It looks like milk, but it's actually cream. So you can see it nicely enhances the green, enhances the color of the palak. And already my wife is sitting there and smacking her lips. So that now here we can turn up the flame so that we bring it to a boil, and a handful of kasur methi. Give it a mix. And it's done. So why don't you guys go ahead and try this out and let me know. So what you can do is you can serve this. It has to be eaten hot. You can serve this with pulkas. What we do at our place is to be the traditional Punjabi way. We make pulkas with lots of ghee or parathas, and apart from that, we tend to make a simple green peas pulao with carrots and beans. And if not that, well, already simple white rice, and this is a good combination. And so, why don't you guys go ahead and try it out and let me know.